Pompo the Cinéphile is pure joy in motion. I'm slammed back by the acceleration as my seat becomes the harness of a fighter jet, the director going full Ace Combat with the presentational flows. Bruh's filmmaking imagine spot chains into missing the bus stop into arriving late for work in under 20 seconds. The movie rarely breaks its stride and uses these fabulous transitions to maintain the momentum. After the admittedly goofy opening song, it's like someone did coke off a machete and just blitzed through the first act of the movie. Every bit of exposition and characterization delivered with the elegance of an 11-course meal at Mach 1. Early episodes of Evangelion, when decisive battle is playing and Misato is firing on all cylinders. That's how this movie feels. You might weather this barrage of superlatives and be asking what the movie is even about. I wouldn't say it matters if it moves like this, but appropriately, it is about the magic of direction and cinema. And improbably, she is a major Nollywood producer of trashy B-movies. Her assistant is this sad boy film geek, Gene Finney, so named for what he will do to the family bloodline. One flash of talent and inspiration leads to another, and Pompo writes a magnum opus that Gene gets to direct, starring an impossibly darling rookie actress trafficked in from Iowa alongside Marlon Brando. Gene creates hours of excellent footage, but his muse insists the movie be only 90 minutes. The wrap of the filming becomes not the climax, but the second act lowest point, as he clips together the first act of the story to find that it alone is over an hour. We have just seen Gene take absolutely jaw-dropping kinematography in the Swiss Alps, but that has only created an impenetrable block of marble that the statue is still hiding within. Through some force of will, he will have to chip off most of that love to expose the chiseled physique of the final product. I can relate with all the asides I end up cutting from these videos. Gene is left to edit the movie, alone. Ponpo-san and friends are gone, assuming the hard part is done for now and editing is just a formality that will be done in a few days. Few notice the torment Gene is subjecting himself to as he slaves away in the editing booth, right up until it lands him in a hospital bed. But knowing that everyone believes in him and everyone depends on him, he drags himself right back, realizing that he must sacrifice some of his movie in order to deliver the rest of the beauty he has created unto the world, carrying his team to multiple Academy Awards. I'd like to joke this is unrealistic, but Maestro is perfect Oscar bait, so I imagine the Academy snubbed, I don't know, Denis Villeneuve to give Gene the spot, and the nerds are livid. For the most part, though, this can't be said to be a realistic vision of film production, even if the climax is convincing a room full of bankers to loose the purse strings. In this fantasy, actors are all as beautiful within as without. But at the same time, writing, direction, creation can only be the products of suffering and unfulfilled people. If I was going to criticize Pomp and Circumstance for anything, it would be this narcissism it betrays among the room full of writers and directors who created this movie. I picture fat old men at the top of the production hierarchy who think they have it hard while the young folks are grinding. But I will admit to being the kind of social Darwinist who is content for content to come from demanding egomaniacs, if it is good. Miyazaki can traumatize his boy all he wants if it means I get one more Wind Rises and not another Earthsea. Every year we get more bad news that another great anime creative has shuffled off the mortal coil, and I get a sinking feeling that they will never be replaced. And yet, here is a new studio with an obscure director just spitting fire. The well is not yet dry. Both by message and example, this movie seems to be challenging others to rise and grind, chase after Gene, and create the next transcendent work of art. Leave your mark on history and culture. The right story in the right place can change someone's life, maybe even uplift them to pursue something greater themselves. Gene is advised that to maintain a vision for his movie, he needs to make it for exactly the one person he wants to enjoy it. A philosophy I take to heart with these reviews, made as they are for the me of 5 years ago. But I sat in an empty theater through the 90 minutes of Pompo the Kinophile. No meet cute with another anime fan in the back rows. I was so happy with what I saw that I didn't think to review it until now, because I just assumed that everyone else already would have. As much as it is joyful for me to have watched this movie, it is painful that I don't seem to share that feeling with anyone else. Please watch Pompo the Cinéphile and give it the love and attention it deserves. If you, yes you, are the sort of person who watched this entire review, the movie will not disappoint you. Take it easy.